baby, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get my baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you. Nobody make me stop the world. So tell me, what do we do when these people don't know what you've been through?
What challenges you faced in your career?
I kept God first. You know, I kept my mind focused on the vision at hand. I know how the end goal look. So no matter what happens in my life, I'm still like, oh no, I still know how that look right there. So it kind of still keep me hungry, you know, in times with low vibes or whatever, it keeps me hungry. So, you know, just having a plan, basically. No matter what challenge arrives, I'm like, yeah, I'm stepping on that because I still got to get to this. And it's, you know, what's interesting? Me having that vision of the end goal, it like drives me. It makes me hungry. You know what I'm saying? When I get low, I just picture how, okay, you're going to be like this, you're going to be like this. And then it just allowed me to keep going. So just having that vision of the end goal, having a dream drives me. And just God, and just knowing I got family and people who depend on me and love me. And I got influence and impact, man. I'm thankful for that. I don't abuse it, for real, for real.
So, you know, where do you see yourself in 10 to 15 years?
Wow, 10 to 15 years, I see myself, far as family-wise or business-wise? Or just like in general altogether? In general altogether. Happily married, children. I see myself owning franchise of barbershops. And the barbershops, it ain't going to be regular. We're going to be doing quality fire cuts, the freshest barbers, the coldest barbers from wherever, it don't matter. That's going to be the system.
You in one of those shops?
For sure, Jay, for sure. The freshest barbers, you know what I mean, who take pride in what they're doing. You know what I mean? As far as the money-wise, you know, I see myself being in a great position, you know, and
An MDO name?
Oh, a couple of them M's. A couple of them M's. I'm manifesting that. A couple of them M's, y'all seeing it now. And just having a heavy impact upon my community where I grew up at. Like, you know, I ain't trying to be on no pedestal, but when I'm out of here, when I transition, I want people to be like, Darius made an impact in my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I see myself, for real, for real. And about like, what'd you say, 10 to 15? You know?
All right. So, what advice would you give the youth that are chasing a dream?
I would tell them to keep God first. And if you're not religious, you need some type of foundation to stand upon, brother. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be the first thing. The second thing I would tell the youth when pursuing a dream would be develop a plan. Develop a plan. And be clear on what it is that you want. You gotta know what you're chasing. You can't just wake up every day with an abundance of energy and just go outside. You know, I feel like idle time is the devil's workshop. So if you don't have a plan, you know, you could be down the road of destruction. So I would say, have a strong foundation. For me, that's God. You know what I'm saying? With the Most High. Develop a plan. Be clear. Have a clear vision on what it is you want. Understand the necessary steps of what it takes to get there. And then I'll say this. Know that it ain't gonna always be easy,
As
bro.
a kid, like,
Yeah.
was you like, you ever, and like, did you ever do like gang activity, or like, did you ever do criminal things as a kid?
Trying to incriminate me, man?
No, I ain't incriminating you. It's just a question. You know, they can't book you for years ago, crime.
Yeah, it is a statute of limitation. No, all jokes aside, I got into a couple hiccups for real, but it wasn't nothing too serious, you know. I really never experienced no jail time. I might have took my mother's car, went joyriding in the car, just being young and having fun with a couple of my homies, you know, stuff like that. Plenty fights growing up, but nah, to get straight to your question, nah, never been incarcerated, and nothing really much that serious, Jay, for real.
Oh, yeah, okay, so if you didn't do barbering, what would you do other than this?
Man, that's a great question. See, I always looked at myself as an entrepreneur. I always looked at myself as being my own business. So if it wasn't barbering, it would have been something dealing with my hands, something that got to do with me being like my own boss. So I could say like It might sound corny, but I probably would have tinted windows. I would have did heating and cooling. I would have did plumbing, breeding, rare breed of dogs. Got into real estate. Let me see. Came up with my own shirt business, clothes business. Even moved like to the south and grew crops and whatnot, things like that, man. So it was always gonna be like something like that includes me being my own boss and entrepreneurship. If it wasn't barbering, for sure.
So yeah, so you know you're doing pretty good, you know, as a barber right now. So like, when you gonna think about buying your own shop?
Man, that's what's up, man. So I've been at the shop currently. I'm at Fathead's Barbershop. I've been in 10 years, you know, and just now of late, you know, I've been doing the proper paperwork. And by that, I mean having a business bank account, having my name LLC, making weekly deposits so the bank can see me making weekly deposits, you know, giving my clients receipts after I cut their hair. And, you know, I'll probably have to do that for anywhere between like 6 months to a year. And once they see that consistent depositing and consistent paper trail, then I'll be able to get like more loans and things like that. So I see myself getting my own shop within like the next 6 months to a year, to be honest. Maybe even sooner, man. All praise be to the Most High.
So yeah, so, you know, I see you with your shoes. Like, you know, when you get in the shoes.
That's like a barber thing too, man. We love being fresh. So to be honest, I always loved shoes since I was younger. You know what I mean? We really couldn't afford them like that when I was younger. So when I became older, started making some money, cutting hair, being able to buy my own shoes, I just started going crazy, if you will, for real. So I say I've been into shoes since I was like 10, man. Seeing my cousins, older cousins come over with the hottest shoes out, you know. Seeing the hustlers and the dope boys on the block, like the questions you asked me. Seeing them in the fresh shoes. So I always been into shoes, and of late, man, I just been, you know, if I see it, I like it, I cop them, man, you know. And I feel like if I look good, I feel good. It impacts how I act. So yeah, I've been in the shoes all my life, and I got a bunch of them. Man.
So, you know, I see you, like, how long you been growing your dreads? Like,
oh yeah, man, I've been having my locks for 6 years. Yep, 6 years. I actually had the wicks. That's where you like combine like 3 of them together. It's like a Florida thing, but I end up pulling them back apart because I ain't like the style. So now it's kind of like I'm starting over, which they still pretty long. But yeah, I've been having my locks 6, 7 years. It's like a spiritual thing to me, having locks.
how many clients do you see a week? Like, how many do you get a week?
So I'm at least gonna cut like 15 heads a day. And I said it like that with passion because I pride myself on that. I remember I ain't even had 15 heads a day. I couldn't even get like 1 head. So me cutting at least like 15 people, or I'm gonna even be more realistic, more transparent, at least 10. I'm cutting at least 10 people a day, right? You know what I'm saying? So on a busy day like Thursday is when things really start picking up. I'm cutting at least like 20. You know what I mean? Thursday through Saturday, at least 20, 40, 60. So I say I'm cutting at least like 100 people a week. You know what I'm saying? That's a minimum. That's not even including like the walk-ins. That's just solely based off my booksy schedule. That's not even including the people who, hey, call me, D, can I get in? That's not including the people who come, my clients who come, they bring a friend, they bring a brother, they bring an uncle. So to answer your question, I say like at least like 100 heads a week.
Yeah, like, you know, you sponsor like smaller businesses, like, you know, like did they do that to you, like when you was a smaller business, like did you get that same type of treatment, or?
No, I really didn't.
So you giving people that didn't get that, like that you didn't get, you giving it to them?
Yeah, I'm just trying to show them I'm the bigger person, and I'm just trying to show them, like, you know, you couldn't stop me, and you can't stop me. Like, even though you didn't sponsor or help me, I'm gonna do that for you. You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully, in their soul and their spirit, they be like, that's a solid guy right there. You know what I mean? Because my whole thing is treat people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So
Whether they gave me a chance or they didn't, I'm gonna give you a chance. And that's just how I'm rocking, man. That's just how I was raised. It's in me, not on me, man. Pause.
What would you do if a client had an allergic reaction to something you put in his hair? Like maybe some of the oils that you got. He had an allergic reaction. How would you go about that?
Wow, that's a good question, bro, because that has never happened to me. That has never happened to me, bro. That was a good question, Jay. I don't know how I would react to it. I think I'll call 911. Like, I never dealt with the allergic reaction, bro. Yeah, so right now we located on 10621 West Jefferson, River Rouge, Michigan. Right directly across the street from the River Rouge police station, right? The school I graduated from, the high school I graduated from, River Rouge High School, is located like right over there. You really can't see it. It's behind like the gas station and whatnot. And we standing in front of the shop right here. Now, this is Fat Head's Barbershop, man. Get the barbershop, cuz. This is where all the magic takes place right here, man. You know, 10621 West Jefferson, Fat Head's Barbershop. This is where the magic goes down at, man. You know? All the magic take place in here. You feel me? $1 billion barber. This is my suite room right here. You know what I'm saying? My suite. I love my setup in here. It's my barber chair. A couple of tools and implements that I like to use. I do like Andis clipper. I like Oster. And I also like wall clipper. I am a big fan of those things, you know. And this is where all the magic takes place, man. I used to come to this same exact shop. I didn't come here, but I used to walk past the same exact shop when I was like 15, 14, before I even decided to cut hair. So it's just like the universe works in mysterious ways because it's so amazing because now I am the main barber in this exact shop, man. So that is such a blessing. And I was honored to do this documentary for Cuz. And then when he told me it was about beating the odds, because like I said, I used to walk past this shop every day to go hoop, kick it with the girls, whatever I was doing. Never once I thought like, I'd be a barber in that shop one day. Never was a plan, never was a thought. But it happened once I found out that barbering was my passion. So I for sure beat the odds, man. And again, I was honored to do this documentary. Shout out to my cousin. And, you know, it is what it is, man. Y'all came in. I showed y'all what it was. Y'all asked a lot of great questions. I was transparent with you guys. So beating the odds is about staying strong, overcoming obstacles, man, you know. And again, I know I said this once, but I was totally honored to do this documentary because take a different type of individual, bro, to overcome certain circumstances. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I was revered upon as one of those individuals, man. And I got a couple guys who I know they beat the odds as well. These cards I'm holding right here say stay focused, stay motivated. One of my clients, been cutting him for years. He's also an individual who beat the odds, man. Unforeseen circumstances was able to just hurdle over him. So beating the odds, it shows you who you are, man. Shows you what you're capable of. Anything is possible, man. I can do all things through Jesus Christ who strengthened me. And I told y'all, man, faith, God is my main motivation. My wife, my family is my next, but God is my main motivation. So if you want to beat them odds, kind of like me, kind of like the guy who holding the camera, keep that foundation rooted in something solid. You know what I mean? Stay focused, develop a clear plan, and execute, dog. You're going to experience hard times. You're going to experience hardships, but it's just a test. It's a test. Test is short for testimony. You cannot get the testimony without a test. So I ain't here to preach. I ain't here to lecture. Shout out to my guy, J-Mo. Stay focused, motivated. Search him up, Google him, copy some merch. I'm Darius Edwards, the $1 Billion Barber. Google me on Booksy. I'm on Google as well. $1 Billion Barber. Book you an appointment. You know what I'm saying? And come through and experience that quality, man. Because that's what it's about.
The final question is, we want to ask you, what would you like to tell the people at home?
Now, for all the people at home, develop that solid plan. Don't give up until you accomplish it. Keep God first. Now listen, you're going to experience hard times. But when you do, don't quit. Just keep digging. And guess what? That's what I want to tell people at home.
Started as a hobby, then it turned into my art. Slowly became my love. See, it started as a hobby, then turned into my art. Slowly became my love, then it turned into my heart. So vicious with the written, see the passions of my thoughts. In the streets I was the man, but in the booth I was the heart. So incredible, I should've did this music from the start. Every song I create, they amused by every part. Every nigga was a victim, I'll abuse them with my thoughts. People quoting my remarks, dudes leaving out in chalk. See, it started as a hobby, then turned into a wish. First I was just a idol, now the nigga hit the shit. Soon as I gripped the mic, I already knew that this was it. See, I do this to legit, and I knew I couldn't quit.